Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring another video. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a timeless reading. You could also use this as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim this energy for your own. Keep in mind that we all have masculine and feminine energies in us. So use those terms as they make sense in your situation. Um, If you'd like to work with me on spiritual advice, twin flame stuff, astrology readings, and more, my information is in the description below. Um, I get my information from God and from the Holy Spirit. I don't use any cards or anything. So use your discernment to determine if this is the best reading for you or if this is your reading. All right, y'all. So, what was coming to me, and what I've been seeing also in my experiences, has been inspiration. And so what I was thinking about was, why do, like, we could think about great artists, or we could think about like great, I don't know, car makers or great designers, or whatever. Why did they do what they did? Like, in the beginning, what was the original intention before maybe things changed, or they changed, or other people changed, or they got distracted or sidetracked? What were they trying to do in the world? Because I think it's really important to think about, like, myself, what am I trying to do in the world? Now, of course, I've talked about it on the twin flame journey, that part of what we do is we create new templates. We um, break molds and create new ones, um, around the way that we deal with each other, the way that we treat each other, the way that we interact with each other as human beings. Um, and we have to continue to hold ourselves to higher standards. Um, and I know, a lot, I haven't had a chance to talk a lot about it, but with the AI thing, we know that there's this, like a lot of people are saying, the AI is taking the jobs, that so much is going to happen. And so much we see happening already, a lot of people losing their jobs related to a lot of different things, AI and a lot of different things. But definitely the spotlight, the focus is on AI. And I was thinking, it might sound funny, but and other people have talked about it and written about it as well. What if it happens? What if there's a world after work? What if this is the end of work for human beings, but we have the things that we need, like, and more? The basic necessities. I'm talking about food, shelter, clothing, um, being warm, or whatever, cool enough, or whatever it is. Like, we have the basic things that we need and more. And then our focus needs to be, what do we do to get inspired, or what do we do to be happy? What do we do to really thrive in the world? Because the basic necessities are great and they're definitely necessary. Number one, that's, the bottom line. And then, because that's survival. And then the next thing is, what about inspiration? What about, doing things for us to be happy, for us to thrive, and all this? And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, if it happens, and there's no more work for humans because AI took over that, then I focus still on, of course, surprise, surprise, right? The twin flame stuff. really helping people um, on this journey again, creating new templates and molds for the way that we interact, the way that we treat each other, the way that we show love to each other. We're teaching people how to love each other and themselves, and we're learning as we go along how to love ourselves and love each other and everything. What's the best thing to do? And maybe that's the thing that we got to focus on. How can we create meaning in our lives? And that's a huge part of it. Figuring out what we want to do, because it is the thing that we would do if we didn't get paid, if we didn't get the money. That's the thing. So, twin flames, I know maybe part of it is easier because we know we're creating templates, we're breaking molds and creating new ones. We're, showing how to love, how to really love ourselves and others. We're carrying this energy, we're carrying love from lifetime to lifetime. Um, we're doing a lot of things, but the things that we're doing are out of love and out of our hearts, genuineness, and being authentic. Um, there's so many things that we're doing here, but that's the thing. What is meaningful for you? So maybe that's the important thing for us to focus on. How are we creating meaning in our lives? And I know my life was never lacking that. But I feel like for a lot of people, they got caught up in work and doing, 80 hours sometimes or whatever, even if it was 40 hours and it was stuff that they really didn't like. Um, but if they had a chance to walk away from that, really had their needs met, and like I said, they're thriving, now what? Focus on creating meaning in your life and see how it goes. Because I think that's really important. I think that's the thing that's been missing for a long time. And if we get the chance to get back to it, what would you do? This is something to think on. Um, all right, so I didn't want to make the video too long. I just wanted to talk about that, the importance of creating meaning in your life beyond work, beyond the AI stuff. What about the meaning? What about the things that are important to us? What about love? What about each other? What if we just had the whole day to like show love to each other? Or if you have, a family to show love to. And for some of you, you have kids, for some of you don't. What if you show love to yourself, to your partners, to your siblings, to your parents, to, cousins, aunties, uncles, friends, you know, former colleagues? What if you just have days that you show love to people, that you lift people up, that you walk in love? And that's what you do. So the focus, again, creating meaning. All right, y'all, I didn't want to make the video too long. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, happy lighting, fast manifesting. And I'm going to talk to y'all again soon. All right. Love y'all. Bye for now.